Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 40 of my Hyperion progression series. Today is going to be a little bit of a different format, I think, because I actually just came back from a bit of a weekend holiday, and over the weekend we had a 5, 10, 15 event, and unfortunately, because I was on holiday, I had to record on my laptop. I honestly didn't even want to do anything regarding this particular Star Forcing event because taking your laptop on a holiday seems like a pretty silly idea. And it's honestly very embarrassing, especially with your friends around. But because I have a very specific goal of trying to clear Black Mage before the Dreamer event, I ended up actually bringing in my laptop and Star Forcing on the Sunday. But because I recorded on my laptop, I wasn't able to commentate over the things that happened. And let me tell you guys, a lot of things did happen on that event. And I'm just about to actually open my stream because I wanted to share the gains with the stream as well. So before I open up my stream, I just wanted to mostly talk about what we wanted to go through today. The first thing, of course, is that we had the Star Forcing event, and because I actually did pretty well in the event, I ended up doing a little bit more than just Star Forcing. I ended up cubing a bunch of things as well, so I'll be showing you guys that as well. And yeah, but it's mostly just showing the gains on stream, and yeah, I hope to see you guys there. I'll go through all the things that I upgraded, and also my thought processes too that I couldn't record at the time. So I'm about to start up my stream, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. I had to record this on my laptop, so it was gonna look weird and it's gonna sound weird because I didn't know what the heck was going on. Like, genuinely, like, the laptop was kind of bad, and it was extremely embarrassing to Star Force in front of my friends while on vacation. But yeah, so let's just start off and just look at what I started off with. I had 88 million combat power, almost 89 million. This is with all my links and legions set up, right? And I want to say right now as well, I don't actually know what my combat power is. I did all my upgrades, and I didn't look at my combat power, nor did I look at my stats or anything afterwards. So this is going to be a jump scare for me as well. I had to resist so hard to not look at the combat power, so I could share this with you guys. And there's a few items that I went through. Let's see if I actually show it in here. But I wanted to start off with my accessories. I have like the Slime Ring, Dominator Pendant, and Twilight Mark. I think all of those were 17 at the time. Yeah, those were the main things I wanted to upgrade, and I wanted to try to get them to 19 first, and then if I got lucky, I would go for 21. That was the plan. And then if I had any money left over, I would then go for the Arcanes, because I had some spares. Now, while I was talking about the Arcanes, I have 2 spares here. I have a shoe and the gloves, and I also had an Arcane armor box in my inventory somewhere. I don't know if I show it. Oh, there it is. And the idea with the Arcane armor box was to kind of roulette all of them to 19. I didn't want to go past 19 because I didn't think I had enough money. So I have 33 build to start off. And I wanted to get all the arcanes to 18 and then get everything to 19 and then stop there. And this armor box was really nice because if any of them blew up, I could try to push them back to 18 was like the main idea. And obviously if I run out of spares, I would just leave it at 17 again. So yeah, those were the main things. I needed to try to work on my Slime Ring. Yeah, Slime Ring, Dom Pendant, and Twilight Mark. So here we go. I think this is me working on my Dom Pendant to start. This one I actually had a lot of spares. So I was pretty happy trying to gun for 21 on this. I think I had like 5 or 6 spares. Oh, how crispy is that Star Forcing noise though. So this was the first item. I had a bunch of spares. And obviously I safeguard. Alright, now, how free was that? Wasn't that just the freest 21 you've ever seen? I think I spent 500 mil for that. Like, it failed twice, or something. And it went straight to 21. So yeah, that felt pretty damn good. That was a good start. But yeah, I was just looking at it like, yeah, this is... I got 21. It was so free. We're just moving on to the next item here. I'm going with the Twilight Mark, and I think here I'm checking how many spares I had. Let's have a quick look. I only have 2 Twilight Mark spares and 4 Slime Rings. Right here, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to get them to 19, hopefully. And then, if I get lucky, then I'll push for 21 later, because I do have a lot of spares. Yeah, that was the idea. So, I think here I try to go for 19 on these items. And then I was like, okay, that was the freest 19 star ever. Got pretty lucky on that one, so okay, we'll just move on to the next one. Let's not get greedy, basically. And I don't actually remember how many taps a lot of these things are, so we'll just have to watch together. Look at this mouse, it's so jittery. Of course, making sure to Star Force and Safeguard. I felt that the best gains for me at this point was actually to get my Arcanes to 19. Because I checked the stats, and on average, it's cheaper to go from 17 to 19 on Arcanes compared to 17 to 21 on these items, on average. So pushing for 21 is actually more expensive for these random items compared to 19 on Arcanes. I was just playing the math game, trying to be like just playing the stats, right? I think when this starts happening to your items, when it's going up and down, it gets kind of scary. But for me, I eventually did get to 19 star, which is pretty good. Yeah, I just saw it go up and down a few times, got a bit worried, and that was why I didn't want to push my Twilight mark to 21. Because you can just get a little bit unlucky, you get stuck at 17, 18 for a bit, and then it takes a lot of money because you're safeguarding 16 to 17, and then if it blows up, then you're spending all that money to try to get it back to 19 again. That was the reason why I didn't go for 21 Twilight mark. So here we go, we have 19 Twilight mark and 19 Slime, and 21 Dom Pendant, and I barely spent anything. That was like 4 bill, so I was pretty happy already. I was like to myself, if these are the only gains that I make, I'm pretty happy. Like, this is better than expected already. You can tell that my expectations for Star Forcing is quite low. Okay, I decide to go for the glove next then. So here I'm just going to try to roulette them to 18. That's the goal here. Just each arcane one at a time to 18. And because I have the armor box, I felt pretty safe going for 18. And I get to 18 pretty quickly, which is good. And then we move on to the shoe to try to do the same thing. And I hate Star Forcing arcanes because each tap is so expensive. What is that? 160 mil per tap on the safeguard. And the shoe also goes 18. Feels pretty good. Now, this is where it gets a little bit scary because I don't have spares of this cape. But I do have the box. I get really lucky and I streak to 18 pretty much. And then I can go to the shoulder. And I one tap it to 18. It was pretty free to go to 18 for those armors. And then my computer crashes a little bit, and then that happens. I do remember that happening. Like my computer froze, and then it boomed. The first boom. But all in all, like genuinely speaking, let me just pause here. That was actually so lucky. Like, it didn't stay at 17 or 16, 17 for too long, so I barely spent much meso. That was the best feeling, because you want to be able to be above 17. If you stay above 17, that's good, because you're not safeguarding that star, and it's half as expensive. Unfortunately, I didn't have any more item spares here, or weapon spares, so I can't push it anymore, but that's fine. I made the decision, okay, I'm going to go for 19 arcanes. I have a glove spare, I have a shoe spare, and I have a arcane armor box spare. So I think I should be starting with the glove. Yep. Okay, one tap to 19. Feels pretty good. Sometimes you win those. Sometimes you just get lucky and just get that to 19 as well, I guess. Yeah, so that's kind of what happened. Isn't that the most messed up thing you guys have ever seen? Like, I'm not even joking. I've done my fair share of Star Forcing, right, guys? Let me show you guys. So what you guys just saw there is pretty ridiculous. But don't get me wrong, I'm quite aware of how lucky this is. Like, how much have I spent? I spent 1.3 trillion on Star Forcing, right? So I've had my fair share of Star Forcing, and I've seen things in my time as well. But isn't that one of the most ridiculous things you guys have seen for Star Forcing? It's gotta be, right? I started at probably like 24 at the beginning of this, right? Yeah, I started at 24 bill, and in 1 bill, I 19-4 arcanes. Yeah, I feel so lucky. When this happened, I was like, that was the freest Star Forcing event. I hit everything I wanted to hit. Actually, so ridiculous, right? So obviously, if you had 23 bill and you didn't boom anything, I boomed the weapon, but who cares about the weapon? Like honestly, out of all the items to blow up, the weapon was like the least impactful one. In all honesty, everybody in chat can agree. If you're going for liberation and you can clear Black Mage, the weapon doesn't matter anymore. Like for me, because I am trying to attempt Black Mage, the weapon literally doesn't matter. Like this first boom for the weapon or wherever it was, it literally did not matter. It does not affect me at all. Right? So I was like super ahead here. Whoa, 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 spoiler, whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, so I go back here for my Slime Ring and my Twilight, because obviously, I got lucky. I have so much money to play with. So now, we can go back for the items that might be unlucky. Maybe we'll just keep going. We'll just play with the Twilight Mark. I was the main character. I'm sorry to every single one of you guys who did not do well in the 5, 10, 15 because I took everything from the server. I legitimately took all the luck from the server. I saved 32, 33 bill with the expectation of getting maybe 5 stars. And I 21'd a Dom Pendant from 17. I 21 a Slime Ring from 17. I 21 a Twilight Mark from 17. And then I 19 starred 4 Arcanes in under 10 bill. And it gets better, guys, because we're not done yet, because we have 22 bill left to spend. We have a lot more games to go. I spend everything, by the way. I spend everything. This clip is just labeled 3. So it's just my 3rd video, so I don't know what's going on here. But I'm pretty sure I was like thinking to myself, I should work on the eye patch. But then, okay, I actually work on the monocle because I was too scared to work on the eye patch. The eye patch is definitely better than the black bean mark. But I was wondering, can I make the monocle better than my eye patch? Because if I can get the monocle better than my eye patch, I can come back for the eye patch and tap it. And if it blows up, it is what it is. You know, it feels bad that you blew up Pitch Boss, but at least I'll have a monocle to fall back on. And if the monocle doesn't make it all the way anyway, then it doesn't matter. Like, I didn't lose anything, right? Like, that was my mentality. Making sure to safeguard, because Commercy sucks. I was thinking to myself, honestly, like, I'm okay if this thing just doesn't make it. Because I'm pretty happy with a 17 eye patch. I don't have to do Commercy. I'm pretty happy with an eye patch. It's not good. Like, 17 eye patch is, like, kind of eh. But Monocle, like, Commercy is, like, kind of tedious. It's not my favorite content. I was like, I can't do this. Like, my heart can't take this. This is too stupid. Like, my Star Forcing's been too insane. You gotta click it for me. Now I gotta stop. I gotta stop Star Forcing because I need to find out whether or not this is actually better than my eye patch. Because I have to figure it out, right? Like, it's really close. It's not potted. It's not flamed. So I think in the next part, I go out and buy some stuff. I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can find the clip. So I'm just going for Legendary here. Nothing too exciting. And I was just thinking to myself, all I'm going to try to do is try to get this to Legendary and then 2-line it. I want it to be at least 13 and 10. That way, that will give me an idea of whether or not I can push the Monocle to be better than the eye patch at all. Right? That was the main thing. Just casual 3-line strength. Very cool. I had some intrusive thoughts right here. I was really tempted to just buy like 300, 400 cubes. I had some mad intrusive thoughts to try to 3-line it. But it didn't matter. I hit it anyway. And it was better than my eye patch. I was just going for 13 and 10. But with 13, 7, 7, it was better than my eye patch. Oh yeah, I had to flame it as well because, yeah, obviously. We need a full comparison. And I settled on a 36 flame, and it's quite a decent amount better, right? So 36 flame, 13, 7, 7, 21 monocle, beats out a 17 star eye patch. That's pretty clean. I just wanted it to be better than my monocle. That is all I want. I don't want it to be like, done. I just want it better than Monocle. Almost tapped without safeguard. I didn't want it to be like 50k range increase. I needed it to be like obviously better. Alright, right here. Okay, I just aggressively tapped it. I saw 18, and I actually checked the range afterwards. The 18 star eye patch was only ever so slightly below range of the Monocle, but barely. But only if you have 2 set. It's only because I had the heart that the eye patch at 18 was barely better. For me, I had to get it to 19 or better for it to probably match the Monocle. And I hit 19 on the eye patch. This is where I had some intrusive thoughts being like, okay, is this worth tapping beyond 19? And as I said before, I needed it to be convincingly better than the Sweetwater Monocle, and it was. So I ended up stopping here at 19. So not too exciting on the eye patch. I know. It's 19, 1 tap from 20. I know, but it is better than my Monocle, and that's all I wanted. I'm already way ahead on this event. I had no reason to risk anything at this point. When I saw this at 19, I threw my mouse away. I literally just threw my mouse away. I wasn't gonna tap anymore. That is all the star forcing that I did. 21s on 3 different items, 19 star on the eye patch, and then 19 star on all the arcanes. Let's move on to some cubing, shall we? So I start with the Dom Pendant, because originally it was 2 line, and look how annoying this is. Guys, I had half a mind to just keep that, but I had to roll the way. We just pretend that didn't happen. That annoyed me so much. we just pretend we didn't see that. So here, I'm just trying to 3-line the Dom Pendant. Now that it actually is 21 star, I can just 3-line it, or fake 3-line it, you know. 1299 or 1296, basically. And yeah, one of the freest 3 lines that I've ever had in my life. Like, I can just gamble something, and it wouldn't matter, because I'm so far ahead here. I end up going for the cape, because I think my cape was originally... I think it was 13 and 3. Oh, sorry, 13 and 10. Okay, so we go on the cape to try to go for something better than 13 and 10. But I did consider going for 2-line crit gloves, because I did have a lot of money left over. But I think for right now, I just wanted to use the rest of the cubes. So I think at this point here, I was just thinking to myself, yeah, I'm just going to try to get back to 13-10. And I see this 10 and 10, I'm just like, do I settle on 10 and 10? And I was like, I guess I will settle for 10 and 10. 2 times crit damage is probably one of the better cubing gains I can get. Because I think my current gloves, 1-line crit damage and 10% stat, 10% stat. So 20 stat and 1-line crit damage. So 2-line crit damage is a definite gain. And I think that's what I end up going for. Now, I think that the average for getting 2-line of crit damage with these bright cubes, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's like about 10 to 15 bill. So if I spend the rest of my money at this point, I have a pretty realistic chance of seeing it. Just to see it. There's a realistic chance. And I think I do remember cubing for quite a while, because 12 bill worth of black cubes is quite long. Cubing on 2 times speed, I wish this is how we cubed in-game. It's such a nice speed. So first stack done, second stack. Also, buying black cubes really runs down your money really quick. That was so much money. It's 2.5 bill for like a stack of 100. My hand's like shaking. I don't know if you guys saw that. Like the mouse had no traction on that table that I was cubing on. Oh, there it goes. That was by far the freest 2-line crit that I've ever experienced in my life. It was 100 black cubes plus how many I spent on this stack. How many did I spend? That was 113, maybe 115 black cubes, and I hit 2-line crit damage. That was so cheap. The last time I went for this 2-line crit damage on an item, I think it took me over 30 bill. And that was on my Blaze Wizard when I was pushing for this. So like I knew that this could have taken all my money and not have seen it, right? Genuinely. So I got lucky here, so lucky. I saw the double crit damage, I jumped out of my chair, genuinely. That was so cheap. And yeah, I think I pretty much just spend the rest of my money trying to fix random items. Because I was just in a good mood. It didn't matter what I did anymore. The rest of this video doesn't matter. We're just having fun at this point. I am just spending money because I had money to spend. And if I made gains, then I made gains. But this cape was super easy to try to make a gain on because it was originally 13 and 10. Alright, so it wasn't too bad to try to fix. I spent a lot of time just trying to fix random items, and there we go. I fixed it to 13 and 10. And I think at this point, I just kind of looked at like all my items to see like what I could have cubed, and okay, it looks like I went back for the cape here to try to push better than 13 and 10. Let's speed it up a bit. Because I think we might be here for a while. Oh, there he goes. Wow, that was actually pretty cheap. So I hit 10, 10, and 7 on the cape, and I was like, okay, we're done here. So the shoulder was originally 10, 7, 7. So it's basically a little bit better than 2-line. So here I'm fishing for 3-line for sure. I'm looking for like 10, 10, 10 or 13, 10, 7. I hit so many things so cheap, and at this point I'm just cubing for fun. Like, I could have spent this money on my mules, I could have kept it in the storage, I could have literally done nothing. But I decided to just spend all my money on cubes instead. And I had a great time just spending my money. I farmed this fair and square. Oh, look at that, double prime strength. 3-line. But yeah, I was just having a good time. This is the worst thing about like flaming and cubing. You're just constantly just clicking and holding down enter. It actually is a little bit straining. Oh, there we go. I hit 3-line int on the shoulder. Feels good. I'm pretty sure the shoulder is like the cheapest one to try to 3-line out of all the arcanes, if I'm not mistaken. So I got pretty lucky on seeing the 3-line, but that was something that I was willing to spend all my money on, and reasonably, I was probably going to see it, but yeah, I got it like super above average on this one as well. But yeah, the shoulders is definitely the cheapest to try to 3-line. I think my belt was 24% and my shoes were 13 and 10. I don't remember what happened with those, I'll be honest. At this point, it's a bit of a fever dream. Oh, there we go, I go for the belt. At this point, I was just like, I need to set a number. I need to set a number that, once I get to that amount of cubes, I need to settle at least 9 and 9. I remember saying that to myself, like, okay, I don't think I can afford many more cubes. At this point, maybe when I'm on, like, less than 50 cubes, if I see a 12 and 9 or a 9 and 9, I should probably stop. I should probably stop, otherwise it's gonna be down bad. Oh, here we go. You guys see that? I hit 12 and 9 with the 9% all-stat top lane, and I was like to myself, oh, I should probably settle. But remember the number I said? I said 50. I see 64 here. I see 64 here. And I was like to myself, that's not 50. I'm so greedy. So greedy. That ain't 50, so I'ma send it. This was my belt adventures regarding all these cubes. It was very hopeful. And there we go. On the last 9 cubes, I even contemplated rolling it. But then I was like, oh, I have these spare, like, bright cubes. I'm not going to buy any more cubes. I'm up good already. We're good. So let's see if we can fix it. That was the mentality. If we fix it, we fix it. If we don't, then we're good. We're fine. The gains on this character were already so insane. We're just having fun at this point. It doesn't get better than that. Like, that Star Forcing event was so good. And we're just rounding it out with some for fun cubing. I had no reason to spend so much money. Actually, no, I had a reason. I hit this 3-line. I forgot about that. So yeah, I guess I 3-lined my belt. I completely forgot about that. I didn't realize that my belt was 3-line until just now. But I do spend the rest of my 67 cubes, and you guys are about to see something. No. You guys are about to see something. You think I'm lucky here. You guys are about to see something. I spend the rest of those 67 cubes, by the way. And then something happens that I didn't believe that I would possibly hit. It's not that amazing, but I'm just hyped for myself. Remember, guys, I'm a solo player. I don't get to have fun as a solo player, alright? When we hit... Like, what is this? What is this? How does this happen? That was so free for something that I did for fun. It wasn't something like super amazing, you know, it's not 3-line magic attack obviously, but double prime? Hello? What? So yeah, those were all the gains. I didn't do anything else with the... I think I might have spent the rest of the cubes, but I'm pretty sure nothing else happens. The only thing that I haven't shown is the combat power, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what my stat is. I don't know what my combat power is. Like, legitimately, after that cubing session, I closed my laptop and I enjoyed the rest of my holiday. Right? That's what it was. I can already tell that this is going to be my most disliked video. Actually, you guys want to put votes in? I'm scared, guys. I don't want to open my window. I'm scared. I need you guys to ease it up for me. Like, I genuinely do not know what to expect too, because I don't know what combat power equates to for a lot of it. Like, I was born in the age of stats and dojo floors, not combat power. If I had to guess, I would say maybe 100 if I'm lucky. All right, here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. 109. Holy. Most of you guys were correct. 50% of you guys were right. I gained like 1.2k stat. What? 109 mil combat power. I gained 20 million combat power. 20 million, that's like 25%? 109. That is so crazy. I don't know what to do with this power.